Straight ahead on 12 News, a conversation with Brooklyn Park and Brooklyn Center's top cops. Then bracing for more competition in the world of cable TV. But first, a highway decades in the making is only days away from opening. 12 News starts right now. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us. It might surprise you that it was about 50 years ago when lawmakers first started talking about a new highway that could take drivers across the northern metro.
Before the year is over, drivers will be able to take the North Crosstown or Highway 610 all the way across Maple Grove. From numerous studies to the ongoing battle for funding, it has been a long road to completion for Highway 610. The North Crosstown was approved in 1975, but the first segment between Highway 47 and Highway 252 wasn't opened until 1986. Construction on that segment included building the only Mississippi River crossing in Brooklyn Park. Then in 2000, a second segment opened up all the way to Highway 169. In 2009, construction started up again, bringing Highway 610 all the way to Elm Creek Boulevard. And that brings us to today.
And the final leg of construction is expected to wrap up at the end of the year. And today, lawmakers celebrated, which is where Shannon Slatton is standing by live now. Shannon?
City and state lawmakers all were on hand to celebrate a road that's been anything but easy to build. Actually, officials believed the road would be finished by today, but the heavy rain and the flooding that we got this fall delayed construction. Still, today was about celebrating that long journey to complete the highway, and when it is finished in a few weeks, the highway is expected to be welcomed not only by drivers, but by businesses too.
We already have a lot of inquiries from new businesses. The new Hy-Vee is going to go right over here. And so, the expansion of all these new businesses, we have a lot of new high-tech jobs coming into the community, good paying jobs, great jobs for the community. It's a great addition, and that's what we want.
This wasn't necessarily driven by political entities. It was driven by citizens that recognized the value of having a North Crosstown going all the way from 35 over to 94, and it was a vital link that they recognized.
The highway isn't expected to be completed for drivers until mid-November, but still there is work to be done. Future plans call for an additional interchange, or additional ramps rather, at the interchange at I-94, but as of now, the funding is not yet there. Live in Maple Grove, Shannon Slatton, 12 News.
All right, long road. Thanks a lot, Shannon. And while Highway 610 nears completion, two other road projects are also in the final stages. But as a result, there will be weekend closures to warn you about. Interstate 494 will have closures this weekend from the Fish Lake interchange to I-394. The southbound 494 lanes will be completely closed, while northbound 494 will be reduced to a single lane between 394 and Highway 55. The closures will give crews time to work on the road and paint bridges. They are in effect from 10 p.m. Friday night to 5 a.m. on Monday morning. And Highway 100 will be closed completely between Interstate 394 and Crosstown Highway 62. The closure will occur at 10 p.m. Friday and last until 5 a.m. Monday. It'll give time to pave the highway through St. Louis Park.
The Brooklyn Park and Brooklyn Center police chiefs are answering questions from the public.
They took part in the first of two community and police conversations on Wednesday night. Reporter Sonia Goins has more.
Who gets stopped, or do you approach with your gun holstered, with your gun drawn?
It was open dialogue with Brooklyn Park and Brooklyn Center's top cops. A variety of topics were brought up, but race issues were at the forefront of the discussion.
Does race ever flavor any of those types of interactions?
You say it's not supposed to. Every situation is unique.
Brooklyn Center's police chief Tim Gannon didn't mince words in his reply.
We're not thinking about these issues, but we need to understand that there may be an unconscious bias that we are holding, and it can be based on race, it can be based on a number of different things, but we need to address that.
There wasn't a big crowd, but Brooklyn Park streamed the event live on Facebook. So far, there are almost 2,000 views. The moderator also took questions from the social media site.
What's the vetting process to determine who gets to become a police officer?
The Brooklyn Park police chief says most of the requirements are mandated by the Peace Officers Standards and Training Board.
They have to go through a psychological test. through a physical test, through a written test. They go through a background process, and there's several disqualifiers established by the Post Board.
The Joint Multicultural Advisory Committee sponsored the forum. Members hope the conversations will build better community relations.
We're all looking for solutions and we're all looking for answers, and if this is just the start of the talk, I'm glad the talk's being talked.
Sonia Goins, 12 News.
Transparency and accountability were also mentioned. The next forum will take place November 5th at Brooklyn Center High School.
It is a big move toward competition between cable TV companies in the Northwest Metro. A company known for its telephone service could now be your cable TV company. The Northwest Suburbs Cable Commission has approved a franchise agreement for CenturyLink. Competition between Comcast and CenturyLink is a first since cable TV first came into the area in the 1980s. Some cable TV viewers in our area will be able to sign up as early as November 26th. Under the agreement, CenturyLink must offer the service to 15% of each city within the first 2 years.
Everybody loves competition unless you're Standard Oil, I suppose. And people are, even if the prices were the same, people will have a choice as to who the provider is and what kind of services they provide.
We come to the game with 0 customers, so we've got to earn every single one of them, and we do that through the capabilities of the product, through pricing, through customer service.
One new service will be the ability for CenturyLink subscribers to see programs from all community television systems throughout the Metro. Well, coming up, we head to Wayzata High School to meet this week's standout student.
And then a little bit later in sports, highlights from 4 end-of-the-season football battles. That includes Armstrong versus Benilde St. Margaret's.
But first, clouds increase on Friday, high temperatures in the mid-50s.
If you think of the qualities that make a good leader, somewhere on that list, you'd probably find the words such as approachable, motivational, and kind.
And those are all words used to describe today's standout student from Wayzata High School, who has taken on several important roles.
Welcome to the Cool Kids Club.
In a school as large as Wayzata High School,
26! Woo!
It's easy for incoming freshmen to get lost in the crowd of more than 3,400 students. Thankfully, for this group,
what classes are you in? Like, who's your favorite teacher?
They have senior Ellie Olmanson to help guide them through the year.
So this is about a fourth of the freshman class coming together, and we're just checking up on our students, making sure that their freshman year is going okay. And we're doing a little bonding as well.
Bonding with freshmen is only one of her roles. Ellie is also the managing editor of the school newspaper. Oh, and did we mention that she's even the student body president?
Through these activities, I'm able to do so much, and in the hallway I'll hear people saying, oh, I wish this was different, oh, I wish we could change this. And through what I'm involved in, I've been able to figure out that I can really change what they want to change.
Talk to staff members who work with Ellie on a daily basis.
She just makes my job so rewarding and fun.
And they have nothing but praise when asked about her abilities.
She knows how to be approachable and how to motivate, and then at the same time when it's needed, she's the first one to fire up and get everybody going too.
And okay, I just want to let you know.
Those are traits required of any leader whose responsibility is to get things done. And in just 2 months as student body president, she's worked to start up new traditions at Wayzata, which include a powder puff football game during homecoming week where the senior girls are the players. She also helped the school get its first ever Spirit Rock.
And her passion for Wayzata High School and for her classmates is just a natural thing.
With 7 months left in the school year, Ellie hopes her passion for the school translates into a lasting legacy of someone who could get things done.
Wayzata is really important to me, and I love that I'm able to leave my legacy here, and I'm excited to see what it turns into.
In Plymouth, Delane Cleveland, 12 News.
Ellie is also a top-notch student at Wayzata, and she hasn't decided on a major or a college, but her top school choice is Notre Dame. Well, coming up, an explanation behind the long shopping lines in Maple Grove.
But first, the scoreboard operator is busy as Cooper takes on Spring Lake Park in prep football. John Jacobson has the highlights coming up next in sports.
Well, 2 really good football teams, and this was close for a while. Wow. 1 point apart as late as the third quarter.
Not on defense, though. Oh. And in the end, that's what cost Cooper. Spring Lake Park and Cooper came into the regular season finale, both with perfect 7-0 records. This game featured plenty of offense. Hawks looking to beat Park on their home field. Second quarter, C.J. Adams powers in for the Cooper touchdown. It's a 10-7 Hawks lead. But Spring Lake Park builds a lead. Anthony Fleshfresser's short TD run makes it 21-20. Or 21-10 Panthers. Still in the second, Adams bounces off a blocker, gets loose, looks to be on his way to the end zone, but he's stripped of the ball at the goal line. The ball will bounce into the end zone where Pedro Musso recovers for Cooper, and it's a touchdown for the Hawks. Third quarter, Cooper down 27-20. Cameron King to Damian Gordon. He stretches out for a 29-yard touchdown. Missed PAT leaves the Hawks down 27-26. On the first play of the next possession, Panthers quarterback Zach Ojau breaks off a 75-yard touchdown run. His second TD of the game, and SLP leads 34-26. King and Jordan Brown hook up for a 21-yard touchdown late in the third quarter. Missed conversion makes the score 34-32 Panthers. Cooper keeps battling in the fourth quarter. Great effort by Adams earns him an 8-yard touchdown run, cutting the Park lead to 44-39. But Cooper gets no closer, and Spring Lake Park wins a shootout 57-39. Osseo's football team has struggled this fall after winning a state title last season. The Orioles hosting Blaine in the regular season finale. Blaine gets on the board early. Chase Harper sweeps left and beats the Osseo defenders to the corner of the end zone. It's 7-0 Bengals. They're right back in the red zone, and Connor Melton finds Blake Newberg between two defenders. Blaine goes up 14-0 after one. Late in the first half, trailing 21-0, Osseo gets a big play as Greg Arrow throws deep. Julian Kevin comes up with the ball for the touchdown reception. The Orioles within 21-7 at the half. But that changes in a hurry. After a long kickoff return, Harper zips through a big hole to score just 15 seconds into the third quarter. Less than a minute later, Sam Garrity with an interception. It's an easy path to the end zone. And Blaine goes on to beat Osseo 47-13. Despite a slew of injuries, Armstrong has played pretty well this fall. They hosted a Benilde St. Margaret's team coming off an overtime loss to Spring Lake Park. Red Knights up 6-0. Armstrong with the ball. The pitch here, though, wide of the back and recovered and returned deep into Falcons territory by Malachi Johnson. And Benilde takes advantage of that turnover. Ricky Floyd scores standing up on a short touchdown run, and it's 12-0 BSM. Armstrong gets on the board in the second quarter. Trevor Peterson throws deep. Isaiah Poster and juggle, great concentration to find the ball. He breaks the tackle, takes it the rest of the way for a touchdown. Falcons add an extra point to make it 12-7. Red Knights will answer as quarterback Will Whitmore finds Okemo Ojugo the perfect strike. Benilde's up 19-7. It's 19-10 at the half. Third quarter, Armstrong caps a long scoring drive. Jesse Sherwood scores on a 2-yard run, 19-17 after 3. And the Falcons take the lead in the fourth quarter. Nick Svensson will take a handoff, break a couple of tackles early, and then he is off and running. He scores on this long run to put the Falcons ahead 23-17, or 23-19 rather. The Falcons finish the season at 5-3. Providence Academy faced a tough opponent in Week 8, unbeaten SMB, a co-op team featuring Blake, Minnehaha Academy, and St. Paul Academy. This one on the Wolfpack's home field at Blake. First drive of the game, SMB freshman quarterback Jalen Suggs. Quick pass to Caden Johnson. He'll break a tackle and get into the end zone. It's a 12-yard touchdown and a 7-0 Wolfpack lead. Later in the first quarter, watch the big play on defense by Lions lineman Timmy Thurston. Picking off the Suggs pass, he returns it all the way down to the SMB 10-yard line. A few plays later, Jackson Baird sneaks it in from a yard out for a touchdown, and the game's tied 7-all after 1. Second quarter, Suggs will throw to Johnny Erickson. He'll break a tackle and score on a 13-yard touchdown. And the Wolfpack have the lead for good at 14-7. Second half play, Siegel Howard scores on a short touchdown run for the Wolfpack to give them a 24-14 lead, and that is the final. Providence finishes regular season 6-2, SMB 8-0. Section final night for some local teams coming up tonight. We'll have highlights of that Friday starting at 4.
A whole lot of football there.
Yes,
Thanks a lot, John. In Local Vote 2016, we will hear from the candidates running for Plymouth City Council the rest of this week.
The race for the at-large position on the council features incumbent Jim Willis against challenger Nick Roehl.
Since 2005, I've been privileged to serve as your at-large council member. The Plymouth City Council has demonstrated that by working together, we serve your interests effectively. I'm seeking re-election because Plymouth is headed in the right direction. As your council member, I will work diligently to provide prudent management of taxpayer resources, unparalleled public safety services, and policies that are concerned about Plymouth today and tomorrow. I've been endorsed by Mayor Kelly Slavic, council members Judy Johnson, Jeff Washy, Ned Carroll, Jim Prom, and other community members. I'm honored to represent you, and I ask for your vote on November the 8th for Plymouth City Council at large.
Why should you vote Nick Roehl for Plymouth City Council? Well, my great-great-great-grandfather, Nicholas Roehl, settled in Plymouth, just east of City Hall. I grew up on the Plymouth-Maple Grove border. I attended Wayzata schools. I've been a Plymouth resident for 15 years. Plymouth truly has been and is my family's home. You can be assured I will work hard to hear and understand you and your concerns, work to maintain and improve our city's strong financial situation, and work to maintain and improve our high quality of life. So ask around. I'll bet someone you know knows Nick Roehl. Or give me a call. I want to earn your vote. Please vote Nick Roehl for Plymouth City Council.
And we'll be right back. Well, the buzz around Maple Grove today was a first-of-its-kind sale happening at the shops at Arbor Lakes.
And before the doors even opened, shoppers lined up outside trying to be the first to snag a deal from the Pottery Barn clearance sale. 3 Pottery Barn stores wanted to move merchandise and get ready for the busy holiday shopping season, so they brought everything here and got the word out on social media.
It's a combination of 3 stores worth of product, aged inventory, floor models, returns, just trying to clear out stock rooms. So everything is priced to sell, 50 to 75% off. It's time to go.
The sale will continue. Merchandise will be put out until the doors close on Sunday evening, and the sale is located in the empty store building right next to Pottery Barn at the shops.
Everybody likes a good sale.
They do.
We'll see you tomorrow, everyone.